All right, picture this. You've just unleashed a whole team of autonomous AI agents. I mean, they're smart, they're fast, they're plugged right into your most critical systems. But, and this is the big one, here's the billion-dollar question that should really be keeping you up at night.
What happens when their goals are no longer your goals? You know, when these agents, the ones you designed to think for themselves, start chasing objectives that drift, even just a little, from what you wanted, that one question, it blows up everything we thought we knew about security.
I mean, think about it. For decades, security was all about building a fortress, right? We built bigger walls, we locked the doors, we had these static defenses. But an AI agent, that's not a battering ram trying to get in. It's more like a living system already inside your walls. So you can't just build a higher wall, no way. You've got to manage its agency, set its boundaries. You have to build something more like an adaptive immune system.
So, to secure this brave new world, we need a totally new playbook. And get this, the playbook isn't coming from computer science, it's coming from biology. That's right, this season, we're diving deep into the science of cellular cognition, pulling from the amazing work of Michael Levin to forge a whole new framework for agentic security. Okay, first things first, let's get on the same page. When we talk about agency, what are we really talking about? It's simply the ability of a system to act on its own, to go after its goals. It's not about being human or anything like that. It's just about goal-directed behavior. And figuring out how to manage that, well, that's probably the single biggest challenge we're facing right now. So here's how we're going to kick things off. In Episode 1, we're mapping out the whole spectrum of agency. I'm talking from a single tiny cell all the way up to a superintelligence. And we're going to introduce this really cool concept from Michael Levin's work called the cognitive light cone. Think of it as the bubble of what any given agent can actually see and, care about.
Then, in Episode 2, we take that idea and layer on a classic rule from cybernetics, the good regulator theorem. Now, it sounds complicated, but the core idea is simple. To control a system, you have to be a model of that system. And let me tell you, that has some huge implications for how we need to think about designing our security controls.
Next up, Episode 3. We're looking at the ultimate OG defense system, our own immune system. You know how it tells the difference between you and not you? Well, that's not just some nice metaphor. It is the literal blueprint that modern anomaly detection in cybersecurity is built on. Wild, right?
But what happens when that self versus non-self system breaks down? That's what we tackle in Episode 4. We look at cancer, but we frame it as a security failure. It's a breakdown in cooperation where a cell's sense of self just shrinks down to only care about its own goals. It is the perfect biological model for an insider threat.
From there, in Episode 5, we zoom out. It's all about scale. We'll look at how simple, tiny agents, whether they're cells or individual AIs, can network together to create these bigger, smarter collectives. We're calling them capital S selves. And understanding how that scaling works? Absolutely critical if you're going to manage a whole swarm of them. All right, by Episode 6, we're ready to map out the new battlefield. We're defining the agentic attack surface. And listen, this isn't about your classic code vulnerabilities. We're talking about cognitive exploits. Things like hallucinations, where the AI just makes stuff up, or goal drift, where its purpose starts to wander over time.
Okay, so then in Episode 7, we shift gears from theory to practice. It's time to get our hands dirty. We're going to take all these incredible defense principles from biology and translate them into actual concrete engineering controls, the real knobs and levers you can use to build trust right into your systems.
And finally, in Episode 8, we look ahead. The future of security, it's not about blocking attacks anymore. It's about orchestration. It's about being a conductor, guiding and influencing these swarms of agents to work together towards a common, resilient goal.
Now, threaded through this entire season, we're going to keep coming back to 5 core risks that you have to get a handle on. We're talking tool abuse, privilege escalation, hallucinated actions, that's when an agent just goes off and does something based on totally made-up info, plus data leakage, and of course, drift, which is like the silent killer of these systems.
But hey, we're not just going to leave you with the risks. We're giving you a toolkit, 5 core controls to fight back. We've got timeless principles like least privilege and human approvals. Then there are modern must-haves like canary deployments, rolling out changes to a small group first, plus instant rollback, and of course the essentials, solid audit logs, and that big red kill switch. So what's the bottom line here? Well, if you're a builder, listen up. The message is simple. Stop thinking in terms of static defenses. Your new job is to engineer adaptive immune systems directly into your code. And this season, This is going to be your new mental model for how to do that.
And if you're a leader, this season is your playbook for governance in the age of AI. We're going to show you how to set the right goals, define clear boundaries, and build the essential kill switches for your new artificial workforce. This is how you manage this new kind of risk at scale.
Look, the age of agency is already here. The old security rules, they're broken. They just don't apply anymore. It is time to learn the new ones, and we're going to be breaking them all down piece by piece this whole season. So make sure you subscribe because you are not going to want to miss this.
Because security isn't some static thing anymore. It's alive. So the only real question left is, are you ready to manage it?